The Digimon Adventure Tiny Collection, previously available at the pop-up shop, will now be sold online at Mitoma from January 27th to February 16th, with most items shipping in May. Mitoma offers Bai integration for international orders. Some items may get a general release later. The collection includes various merchandise such as charms, acrylic stands, badges, clips, a clear file, a cushion, a memo pad set, a compact mirror, a mug, a multi-mat, a pouch, and a Terriermon plush. As a bonus, customers will receive a random character card for every 3,000 yen spent. Additionally, new Patamon and Tailmon Fluffy Roomwear has been announced, available in a single, large size. Remaining stock might be sold elsewhere later. International accessibility is a highlight for fans eager to get their hands on these items. Maybe someone bold enough will buy a bunch of Terriermon, hoping for the best or maybe the worst to happen. The Digimon TCG account recently shared an analog youth card with brand new art by Sasasi featuring Mameo, the main character from Digimon World. In the background, there's a treasure trove of images and references to the game's adventures. Alongside the obvious Mamemon nod, there's also the classic Clockmon worked into the card's play cost, a super nice touch. It's a perfect mix of nostalgia and fresh art coming together. The weekly Liberator deformed art featured Yuki triumphing in a card match. It seems Yuki has begun to develop quite the fan base of her own due to her visuals and personality. Some even challenge her to battle, only to be just as excited to see her win and end up looking oddly delighted by her strength. The next update is scheduled for January 30th with the release of Comic Episode 10, Part 2. In this week's Terriermon Assistance Lab YouTube program, Terriermon plays Digimon Battle Chronicle. This week's episode was uploaded with English subtitles right away, so let's dive in. After Digimon Racing, this is the second installment in his gaming commentary series. Last time didn't go so well for him, and he admits he's not good at action games, though he loves fighting games. Digimon Battle Chronicle is an action game released in 2004 for the PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox, where players can battle with Digimon from Digimon Adventure, Adventure 02, Tamers, and Frontier. For this episode, Terriermon took on the multiplayer mode, teaming up with a Digimon-loving staff member to face two CPU players in battle. The rule this time? They couldn't stop until they achieved 3 wins. The staff member confessed he used to play a lot when the game first came out, but while practicing for this video, he realized he'd forgotten everything and had to start fresh. After some discussion, Terriermon and the staff decided to play 2 versus 2 team mode, a setup not originally supported by the game. Since Terriermon used Agumon last time, he chose Tailmon this round, while the staff picked Patamon. The CPU randomized its choices, selecting Tentomon and Vmon. They picked the Jungle Ruin stage, known for its bouncy plants, waterfalls, and high terrain that launches players upward. They avoided other stages like Danger Town, where doors transport players to random locations, Lava Hell, which was deemed too intense, and Steam Town or Can Factory, where players risk being turned into cans if caught inside. Preferring something more peaceful, they went with Jungle Ruins. The staff member explained the KO battle mode. Each player starts with 3 lives, and losing them all means game over. They split up, each going after the closest Digimon. Collecting blue orbs allowed them to digivolve, while the red bar indicated health and the blue one tracked the digivolution gauge. At one point, an item made Terriermon's character fall asleep, but Tailmon still managed to digivolve into Nefertimon and then Anguomon. As they played, they joked that Terriermon Assistant should be a playable character in the game. Terriermon played a bit clumsily, occasionally slacking off by hopping around in his Digimon's evolved form or retreating to a safe spot. They still won the second battle, though credit mostly went to the staff member. For the third match, they chose Magma Hell because Terriermon said he anticipated losing. This map presented a major challenge, staying alive amidst constant shaking, lava floors, and lightning strikes. Terriermon stayed unusually quiet, fully focused on finding a safe spot. Despite the chaos, they achieved their 3rd win in a row. Since the main challenge ended quickly, they decided to do a one-on-one battle to see who was the stronger player. Terriermon chose Palmon, while the staff member picked Piyomon. The staff teased Terriermon, saying, "Don't tuck your tail and run," to which Terriermon replied that he doesn't have a tail, though that isn't true. The stage featured creepy background balloons that moved unexpectedly and followed the players. Terriermon's character fell during the match, joking that it felt more like battling the stage itself than the other player. The staff member's character digivolved into Birdramon, while Terriermon's Palmon became Togemon. In the end, Terriermon pulled off the victory. He shared that the best part wasn't just winning, but laughing and battling while playing with friends. It was so much fun that both he and the staff member expressed interest in playing again. Terriermon encouraged viewers to share their memories or tips for Digimon Battle Chronicle in the comments. He closed the episode with a special move of the Digimon that earned him his final victory. Togemon's Chiku Chiku Bang Bang. Bye-bye. In the Chinese New Year event of Digimon New Century, the storyline centers around a festive activity at DTF on Arpa Island. Sakamoto Satoru wishes to avoid his homework and stay at DTF making dumplings, while Utako Nishihara reveals that DTF is hosting a special event where a Digimon mascot will distribute dumplings. The mascot is selected through a voting campaign organized by Brown Tube TV, with the top 3 candidates being Digimon themed around the Year of the Snake: Orochimon, Sandiramon, and Schwanwumon. However, Satoru expresses dissatisfaction, questioning why Wargreymon wasn't included. This is explained as a thematic choice tied to the Year of the Snake. The TV station has already drawn up the top 3 names. To ensure safety, the final selection is made by DTF. The task is entrusted to the player, who visits the first candidate, Schwanwumon. The other holy beasts had already been there before, so now Schwanwumon feels like exploring commercial streets and joining their dumpling distribution activity. The atmosphere in the virtual space is peaceful by comparison. However, due to its size, the data compression feels uncomfortable, prompting them to explore secondary methods, or they might have to resort to VR. Since Schwanwumon mentions that it's not number 1 on the voting list, it figures it might as well go shopping instead of handing out gifts. It seemed that Schwanwumon wasn't too enthusiastic about being the mascot. However, from a safety perspective, it was the most suitable choice. Among the gods, Sandiramon is known for having a less than pleasant temper. Sandiramon argues that partnering with humans is clearly an obstacle to the growth of Digimon. And when the topic of mascots comes up, Sandiramon remarks that if it weren't for the insistence of Azulongmon and Schwanwumon, who would willingly act as a mascot for humans, ironically, humans seem to love Sandiramon as it received the highest number of votes. Even so, it believes that Schwanwumon would be the better choice. Unfortunately, Schwanwumon's data size is too large, making it difficult to complete the task even after compression, and the player believes Sandiramon is a better option than Orochimon. In the end, Sandiramon reluctantly agrees to take on the role, despite its initial resistance. Orochimon, angry, exclaims, "Sandiramon, are you the one trying to compete with me? You've only got 1 head and don't even look impressive. Isn't having more heads an advantage? I can send gifts to 8 visitors at once. Does it work? Does it work?" Sandiramon faces it head-on, retorting, "I am a general under the command of the 4 holy beasts who rule the digital world." Orochimon scoffs. "If someone didn't know better, they'd think you were ruling the digital world. But you're just a worker." Unfazed, Sandiramon declares, "Then let's settle this with strength. The candidate who sends blessings to the Digimon must also have the power to protect them." Sandiramon defeated Orochimon and was ultimately chosen as the mascot. After Schwanwumon's data was compressed twice, it became obsessed with shopping and flat out refused the role. But in a way, this worked out. Among the 4 holy beasts, only Azulongmon had shown much support for humans, and now Schwanwumon seemed to enjoy them too. Orochimon had been evenly matched with Sandiramon at first, but after a few of its heads got injured, it didn't look great. It even considered hiding a few heads to join the event, but the heads started arguing among themselves, leaving them all injured in the end. Sandiramon hadn't wanted to be the mascot at first, but Orochimon's antics triggered its rebellious streak, leading it to accept the role. As part of the festivities, they're including the custom of hiding coins in dumplings, mixing them in as a special blessing.